everyone, I'm Colleen. Thank you for joining us for Earth's History Explained by a Light Being, Episode 3. So if you'd like to know how this series got started and what some of the background is, you can go back to EH1 and we explain that in the first couple of minutes of the video. But basically, the guest that's joining us for this series is the light being who once incarnated as Pele, so we call her Pele. And she's been sharing messages with us about Earth's history, but also about Earth's future, some things that are coming up in the near future, actually, and some heads up. So we've had a couple of really interesting messages in the last 2 videos, and I can't wait to see what we're going to learn today. So Cindy, I'll pass things along to you, and you can get our message.
Okay, thank you. Yes. And I also just want to say that these messages are mind-opening to new perspectives on Earth's history and, like Colleen said, also a bit of immediate future or near future. And I received a message just recently, actually, from my angels about discernment, and they talked about bringing something new. So if you hear something new, to bring it into your heart and feel for the love energy within it. And even if it's a difficult message to hear, you will still be able to feel the undercurrent of love energy within it if it is truth. And everyone's truths are different. So just always bring it into your space and feel it for yourself. Because yeah, these are big, wild messages.
I love that way of explaining it. I definitely do a check. I think of it more as my solar plexus, but I guess I am, it's the same area. Checking about how things feel. I've been doing that for quite a lot of years. I like that explanation of it. That's cool.
Yeah, and I liked that they said that it doesn't mean that just because we're saying it's love filled doesn't mean that it's woohoo, everybody's skipping through the daisies message. It can still be a difficult message to hear, but you will feel that undercurrent of love. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Setting the angel, setting the message, setting the energy, and bringing in my angels with my candle.
Yeah, get ready to take some notes.
Okay, I will turn this down so you can see a little bit of what's happening with my pendulum as I channel these messages. The pendulum helps me to focus and keeps me in like a trance state. So the pendulum is still, which tells me my angels have stepped aside to let in a being of light. This is Pele. Today is going to be a bit different. Today I have information for you about the immediate past and immediate future of Earth. You will be able to understand this message more as the coming months unfold. This time on Earth is unprecedented, and there is a lot more going on than you realize. You have a beautiful awakening unfolding for you. I say unfolding for you because there is nothing you need to do for this to unfold. You will have a beautiful experience no matter what. However, if you have people to share this experience with, you will amplify your joy tremendously. Finding like-minded souls that you can share these experiences with will be the icing on the cake. So now I will explain a bit of Earth's recent past and then Earth's immediate future. In the last century of Earth, there was a lot of darkness. This has been building and building for thousands of years. And in the last century, the darkness became a lot more dangerous. This was what led to World War II and the advent of Hitler to help prevent the destruction of the world as you know it. This was planned, and everyone involved agreed to be involved. And this occurrence of World War II actually prevented the destruction of Earth. After World War II, people realized that the darkness could very well end the world. Before World War II, it wasn't really evident to people that the world could be destroyed by darkness. Hitler brought this possibility to light. And the invention of the atomic bomb made this possibility even more evident. So, the occurrence of World War II began the awakening process in a real and significant way. Until then, the Earth was becoming darker and darker, without any thought for love and light. I am speaking about, in general and overall terms, of Earth's energy at that time. Of course, there were individual people who could see love and light. However, the trajectory of Earth's energy was descending rapidly. World War II began the reduction in that descent. So, in the years following World War II, the Earth and its people began to embrace love and light in a whole new way. And the 50s were a time of celebrating the love and light in many people's lives. Again, many people did not embrace this yet. However, it was beginning. And in certain parts of the world, life was coming back to love in a beautiful and magical way. Then the 60s brought this love even more into focus. And the 70s solidified that love in many places around the world. In the love energy spectrum, the 80s is when the tipping point occurred. And the love energy imprint on Earth outweighed the darkness. This is when the darkness began to make a hang on a second. Something's not right. When the darkness began to, is that correct? Yes. Okay, the darkness began to move, not make. Move and flow in a way that brought it up to the surface to be seen and healed. This has made the last few decades seem darker because the light was shining and the darkness was revealed. This is also what is happening now on a powerful level. The more love and light that enters Earth's energy, the more the darkness will be revealed and healed. The darkness is just a way to refer to anything that is not love-filled. So any karma that is unhealed is not love-filled. And any person that is not love-filled is healing their karma. And this is what is happening now. Love is entering Earth at a faster rate than ever before. And many people are holding more love energy in their bodies than ever before. And this is illuminating the darkness and the parts of your experiences that require healing. This healing allows you to bring more love energy into your bodies. And this illuminates more unhealed experiences to be healed, and so on and so forth. This is an intense process. Love energy is always, nope. Love energy is also increasing within the earth herself. And this is bringing up a lot of unhealed energy to be healed. This is what has been causing the extreme weather and natural disasters. Mother Earth is healing, and these are the healing pains of Mother Earth. Now, I'm going to share a little bit about what is to come. This is all unfolding over the next few years and less than a decade. The healing process will continue throughout the next 2 decades. And this healing process will become less and less intense as the darkness is healed and love replaces the fear within Earth and its people. This will bring a lot of beautiful experiences to people on Earth. There will be a group of people who will experience a mass awakening together. This mass awakening will be triggered by my birth on Earth. However, there is a preview to this mass awakening. People in the first wave of the mass awakening will receive a preview of what life will be like for them once the mass awakening occurs. This preview will happen once each person has healed all their karma and completed those karmic cycles. This preview will also only occur once I am conceived and in physical form on Earth. So once these previews begin, you will understand that I have been conceived. You will also understand that the mass awakening is now almost here. So once the first group experiences this mass awakening together, they will, in turn, help others to experience their awakenings. These next people will experience their awakenings individually. However, many will occur at the same time as well. And it will be like many small waves reverberating out around the world. And this will continue for a couple decades. People are going to look back at this time in history and learn about the Great Awakening. This will be a time to remember. And this will be an honor to experience. Over the coming 2 decades, everyone on Earth will eventually awaken. And then, after that, every person born on Earth will be born in love and light. And they will understand their love and light beginnings in all that is. You see, once everyone has experienced their great awakening on Earth, the experiment is over, and Earth becomes a planet of love and light. However, Earth is the first and only planet of love and light that was born on a blank slate. This has created a love energy imprint that is incredibly powerful. And Earth will be known and revered for this accomplishment. After the mass awakening, there will still be a lot of chaos on Earth. And the majority of people will not even feel a love energy increase. However, they will feel a shift in the earth on some level. They may not express their knowledge of this shift, and many will deny feeling anything. the mass awakening will move Earth into a love energy flow that will change things for a lot of people. And for a lot of others, nothing will change. And for the majority in the middle, they will notice a shift and be encouraged by this shift and begin to open up to becoming their true selves. It is this majority in the middle that will bring the awakening energies to a heightened state. As this group in the middle begins to open up to who they truly are, they will cause a massive wave of awakening that will crash upon the shores of Earth like a massive tsunami of love energy. This majority in the middle will change the Earth in magical ways. Their awakening will unfold over the next decade or so. And this will bring incredible change to Earth. This majority in the middle is what is going to bring the resistors to finally open up to who they truly are. As this majority in the middle awakens, the love energy imprint on Earth will become so strong that the resistors will feel it undeniably. These resistors have been through a tremendous amount of trauma, and they have closed down so tightly that the light has a hard time reaching them. As this majority in the middle awakens, the light will become so bright that even these resistors will have to admit that they feel a shift. And in finally admitting this, they are opening up to becoming who they truly are. This last decade of the awakening will be extra special. This will be a time of celebration as each of these resistors awakens on their own and with help from all the work that everyone before them has accomplished. This awakening process is the result of every soul on earth working tremendously hard. These resistor souls have been through more than you can imagine, and they tried their best to succeed, and they became lost in a sea of darkness and karma that drowned them and prevented them from seeing or feeling the light. As the majority in the middle awakens, the light will become so powerful and bright that every person on earth will begin to see it and begin their healing process. At this point, most of the people on earth will be awakened and living in love and light. These resistor souls will be treated with utmost honor and love. And as each of them has their awakening moment, the entire population of Earth that is already awakened will celebrate each of them as they join you in love and light. These resistor souls will bring a tremendous joy to the world as they awaken individually into a world of love and light that they did not know existed. This will be a powerful experience beyond your comprehension. These people will be revered for their undying efforts and their courage to remain on Earth and complete this experiment. Earth would not be a success without these people, these souls. If any soul had abandoned this experiment, Earth would be a failure. This was an experiment that no one could leave. The whole purpose was for all to succeed, or none succeed. This is going to be an incredible celebration when the last soul on Earth experiences their awakening moment and joins the entire population of Earth in love and light. This is what is about to unfold on Earth in the next 2 decades. You will be able to see it all happen, and you will not believe. You will not believe your eyes when you experience some of the incredible experiences ahead of you. Magic is about to take over the Earth in a big way, and miracles will become a common occurrence. You will live in a state of awe as this all unfolds. This will be the most incredible experience of all your existence. Okay, and with that, she is done. My goodness.
Yeah, no kidding. I know these messages feel like 15 minutes. We've talked about this in the comments. That was like almost an hour. That was 40 minutes long.
Are you kidding? Like me doing that?
I can tell because like, how's your arm?
Yeah. Well, it does get a little bit numb here.
Sorry, like the reason is because I take notes. And so the first notes were at 1:34 and it is 2:17.
Wow.
Right? Okay.
That was wild.
I know. Tons of
Well,
information.
when she was talking about those last few resistant souls,
Right?
the love, like I had tears in my eyes. There was tears.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, like
You
oh,
know what?
so beautiful. As
I
you
have
can
a picture
imagine,
came
right?
to me. Yep.
Yeah, like if the vast majority of people are awakened and living in this love and light, and then you have these few remaining souls that haven't quite made it there yet, when each of them comes, like it's this beautiful celebration and reunion and gratefulness, because that was interesting. They've never explained to me before that this was an all or nothing situation.
Yeah, I know. I caught that too near the end. So I had this picture of the finish line of a big race, like a really, really
Yeah,
grueling marathon. But sorry, the scenario where the first people who had crossed, like the winners, right, or whatever, who had crossed the finish line are standing there, and those last few people who maybe finishing the marathon with a lot of things working against them, right? Like, you know what I
exactly.
mean? For various reasons, are the last people to come, like just pushing. This is always while you were typing it. Oh, you make you cry. While you were saying it, and I'm typing out notes, this is the picture that's coming to me where you're even sometimes like someone will go and help carry someone across, like
Oh
all
my
this
God.
is coming to me. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I
Yeah.
know though, I can feel it too. Like, and you're like, yes, come on, you can do it. And they're limping their way, you know what I mean? So I hope you folks are getting what I'm talking about. Like
Oh, yeah.
the emotion, I mean, that I'm feeling of us, that's what's going on. Like with those last resistors, probably people that, those of us who have been on an awakening and love and light and enlightenment path, Well, I don't know about you, but I don't spend, like, I try not to be judgmental and I try to send love and light to people, but I'm human, and in my life, I don't go through every day not judging someone or not sending them love and light. And there's people that are probably the resistors because they're not open to light,
Yes.
who we may not always, I just didn't think about it, that, I might not always be cheering them on and not thinking, I'm thinking of them as somebody who's never gonna
Yeah.
see the light.
Yeah.
These are some are people who have been in my life, like they're just never going to see the light, but they are,
Yeah.
because they have to, and that's the whole Earth experiment. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That it was all or nothing. I didn't catch that.
Me neither, but it does make so much sense, because if people could just leave at any time, then it's not exactly an experiment, right? You can't say it worked if people were able to bail. You know what I mean? Like,
You're right. Well, I guess.
yeah.
What about people who've died before?
This awakening. So is that what you mean?
Yeah, right. Did they
Yeah.
ban? Is
Well, then
that
they come back and they'll have their awakening, and maybe they'll be younger, right? Like, well, they obviously will be younger. Yeah, because obviously there are going to be people that die in the next couple of decades and they haven't had their awakening moment yet. But then they need to come back, because it's all or nothing, and start off from where they left off.
so maybe the reincarnation process speeds up? I don't know. I don't really know if people. I guess I didn't have the idea of people reincarnating right away,
Yeah, oh
like
yeah, people can.
immediately.
And that might also be part of why so many people are leaving now. So that they can come back and have that awakening. Because also, I suppose if your soul knows it's not going to happen in this lifetime, you may want to just come back and get started on the next one.
Got it.
Depends on where you are in your journey and how old you are, and like a million other
Right.
things. But
I wanted to ask you to explain something for our viewers,
yeah,
but I want to explain why. Okay, so the preview part, so about halfway through the message, people in the first wave of the mass awakening. So there's going to be this smaller first wave of the mass awakening, and then those individuals who've awakened will help the majority in the middle that we talked about, and then we will all help the last people to come through. I know.
Oh my God.
We'll all give them a leg up to come through as well. But it says people in the first wave of the mass awakening will receive a preview of what life will be like for them once the mass awakening occurs. This preview will happen once each person has healed all their karma and completed those karmic cycles. This preview will only occur once I am conceived. And anyway, the word karma came up again. And there's been there's been indication in the comments that not everybody who's watching the series is working from the same definition of karma. And I'm not saying that you have to work from the definitions that we are offering. What I'm saying is Cindy's angels have given us a very clear definition and different definition of what the word karma is and what it means, like the whole idea of what it is.
Yeah.
And our discussions are based on that.
Yes.
So when we get into the messages that are coming through are when they say karma, Cindy, this is what they mean. Go ahead.
Yeah. So every time they talk about karma, they're not talking about punishment and reward. So they explained it to me that on their side of awareness, they said karma is very simple. It is simply the experiences that you signed up to experience that are not healed yet. So they could be from this lifetime, it could be from past life. But if you haven't healed that karmic experience, whatever trauma or whatever experience you happen to experience that you signed up for, if you haven't healed that and completed that cycle, that is your karma. It could be from this lifetime, it could be from past lifetimes. However, they said on our side of awareness, it gets more complicated, because we can create karma as this punishment and reward system. And like I believed in that. I grew up believing in that. I taught my children that, back to you tenfold and all that stuff. But they're saying that that is a construct that we've created here. which also makes
It
sense
can be
because
punishment and reward, you mean?
yes, on Earth, we can experience it as punishment and reward if we've created that construct for ourselves. Like if we
What
believe that
if
if we do
you
something, we're going to be negatively punished or positively rewarded, we can create that within our own lives.
into next lifetimes though?
If you carried that belief forward, yeah.
Okay.
But also if you look at people that we would consider karma needs to kick in the butt, it doesn't always do that. Because if that person doesn't have that belief, it's not
Sure.
going to happen to them. They can go around creating all the havoc they want, and it's not going to happen to them unless they hold that belief themselves. So that's why it's really complicated for us
Yeah.
here. But the thing is that if we choose, if we want to get out of that construct, we can, because that is something that we've created. But the bottom line is, anytime they talk about karma, and therefore I talk about karma, I'm only talking about the karma of the experiences that we've signed up for that we haven't fully completed. And
Like,
so the idea that, so Hitler, Pele, she told us in a previous message that she came in as Hitler and she created all that chaos for the purpose of shaking us up to realize, we're headed for disaster here. And it woke a lot of people up. Well, her soul didn't carry that, like, this punishment karma forward.
yeah,
She didn't have to make up for any of that in other lifetimes past that. She came in to do that. And that was actually a huge service that she did for us. So on their side of awareness, there's no punishment karma because everything is planned. We agree to experience everything for the purpose of healing it, for the purpose of creating this incredibly powerful love energy in this experiment that was never thought to succeed. And yet we have succeeded wildly.
that's a really good example. So she didn't, because it actually is one of the things that came through in the comments. So saying that soul owed something when they
Yeah.
crossed back over, but it's like, no, because that was what they had signed, she had signed up to come and do, and she did it. It's not
Yes.
like she did horrific things. Like, but that was what she had. By the way, this is in CFB 9, where Pele talks about all of this, about coming in as Hitler and what that whole, the World War II, because World War II came in when Pele in this message was giving the history part of this message. There's a bunch more information in CFB 9 about World War II and what its purpose was in helping the Earth to not end.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's another CFB. Oh, go
Before we
ahead.
change topics, though,
I'm
I
not.
just wanted to. Oh, you're not? Okay.
No, go
Okay.
ahead, Bill.
I just, because of some stuff that was in the comments too, I decided to ask one day. I was just by myself, so you don't even know this, Colleen. I asked about psychopaths because I had a teacher once that had said, a spiritual teacher that had said that psychopaths don't have souls. And that never sat right with me. And so I actually asked my psychopaths.
She's in her 50s. That was just
Yeah. Okay. I actually asked my angels about that. Like, what happens with psychopaths and what, like, do they need to then heal
what they
whatever
did.
they came in to do? Right? So same thing with the Hitler thing. Like, I'm sure he experienced atrocities, right? So like doing that would be really hard for your soul, kind of thing, is how I felt. And so I was sort of wondering, do they have to go through a healing process here on Earth to heal that? So what my angel said was, no. Yes, psychopaths have souls, and actually they are the highest level souls. Because when you send someone in to do an incredibly difficult job,
Yeah.
send in the rookies. You
Yes.
send in someone who's been around the block and can hold themselves, because it is incredibly difficult to come in and wreak havoc like that. It's so, oh my goodness, it is so hard. So those souls are like the top of the top of the top. And they come in and they do this. And then they said that when they finish that lifetime, because they come in specifically with those things to do, that when they go onto the other side, their souls get cleansed of that experience, and they don't
Okay.
have to bring that back into another lifetime to heal, because they were like serving a purpose, like they were
Mhm.
serving society by
Mhm.
doing that, right? So
Cool.
it's not like I used to sort of think that, or not me so much, but there is a thought process that is like, you keep returning and doing worse and worse things, and that's how you end up getting a psychopath kind of thing, you know, because they're
Mm.
not healing and getting worse and worse and worse. And but my understanding of it through my angels now is that no, when they need to sort of really create something dramatic like that, it's the highest level souls that volunteered step into those roles.
Yes, and remember that psychopath might be coming into, we're back in the last episode again now, talking about it. That psychopath, that soul who is incarnating as a person with psychopathy, um, um, is coming in maybe to wreak havoc on someone who is healing some karma. Like,
Yes.
it's happening for a valiant reason to the person. Like we talked about, like victimhood, I guess. That you're actually healing something. Okay, so
Yeah.
I know I'm not changing topics. What I'm doing is going back a bit in.
Okay, one last little thing.
Yeah.
That also doesn't mean that in life we have to go around hugging all these people and being their best friends.
No.
You still, we're in this 3D world, we're having our thing, and we have to, relate to that however we feel we need to relate to that. But on a soul level, everybody is from the light.
Yeah, and like, well, actually, while not hugging the person that just did the horrific thing in or around you, and maybe whatever you're doing, which might be walking away. So, like,
Yes.
there can also be healing karma by walking away from something horrible that's happening to you. Okay, so anyway, choosing the light, though, is after the horrific experience, and however that ended, like that you walked away or whatever happened, or you like whatever happened, getting your head back around to the fact that there's light.
Yes.
Like, not even necessarily thanking the person who wreaked the havoc on you. I'm back in this example that's kind of from my world.
Yeah.
Not necessarily thanking the person that wreaked havoc on you. It's that you can get yourself back over to there is light, just to the whole choosing light in your thoughts thing. Okay, so I'm backing us up into when you defined karma, because there's another term that we use that we don't define, like that we need to define, that people, when we say, like, so karma is not punishment and reward. I get that you're saying that we can create that as a thing in our own. This reminds me of, how there's the universe of the universe and all that is, and then there's Earth's universe.
Yeah.
Like, so, which is a construct, like a creation of it's not real. Like, it's very real to us while we're in it. But anyway, really, it's not, it's part of all that is. So like karma, can be a different definition of karma in our
own universe.
Yeah,
your own
exactly.
personal universe.
But it's not what karma really is. So if you go back to one of the conversations from beyond, there's the blueprints. There's an episode about blueprints where you set up your, right? Am I on the right? Like, so you design your karma, then you design your plan, like your blueprint, as part of the making plans to come to be on Earth.
Yeah.
To incarnate. So what we're saying, because you say, you often, Cindy, say, and then if you don't heal your karma, what does that mean? So you set up this, here's what I'm going to experience when I come to Earth. This is going to happen and that's going to happen. And I'm going to experience these certain, whether it be traumas or amazing events or having children, like it doesn't have to all be horrific things.
Yeah.
It can be whatever you've planned out. So then you go through life and the opportunities are presented to you to experience it, right? And when we say healing your karma, like as you go through life, there's some of that blueprint that you may not either get to experience or choose to experience. like, let's just say it was just having kids and you just choose not to have kids, which is fine, right? There is something there that you had in your blueprint that you didn't do. And then also there's some horrific thing or whatever, or amazing thing that you had in your blueprint that somehow didn't happen to you. That in itself becomes karma that you, because now next time I come incarnate, I have to experience that. So that is healing your karma, just experiencing it. But then also now, if it is trauma, now also experiencing that gives me, you know, feelings and emotions and reactions and all that stuff. And the object is to process all that and end up with your head turned back to the fact that there's light. And if you don't get to that end where you turn back to that there is light, that too is karma that you're now going to bring forward as trauma, right?
I believe so.
How I get it. That's how I see it. Because I know in some path life readings that you give me, well, your angels have told me, that there's stuff that I experience that I'm just bringing back, and I'm going to experience it, not the exact same thing, but the same, something triggering the same emotions again, because in this lifetime, hopefully I process the trauma and whatever, and then get myself back around to the fact that there's light instead of getting mired in victimhood. So, because I think that there's a lot in here about like healing process and karma and people working through their at different timelines and that sort of thing. And so I just wanted to get everybody on the page of what we are talking about in our definition of that. And there's something else that she mentioned, and that's about the pain of healing. And it's funny that you and I were just talking about it before we logged on to the board. Mother Earth is healing, and these are the healing pains of Mother Earth. So they were saying, it was saying that Mother Earth has karma, unhealed energy too, right? And and the natural disasters and that, and it says this is what has been causing the extreme weather and natural disasters. Mother Earth is healing, and these are the healing pains of Mother Earth. So we were talking about how sometimes when you, Cindy and I happen to both have something going on in our body right now, like nothing horrific, just and we were talking about how probably or possibly like we both just also went through an experience that we recognized as that we were healing some karma. And so I was saying that somehow it seems to be the karma like eking. So it's my shoulder. You can see me now, I'm doing this. Yeah, like it's, I don't know, leaking out my shoulder now. You know, it's releasing, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what Mother Earth is doing as well. So, really lots of information in there. Do you have any questions to ask Pele, or?
I didn't know.
Yeah, for the first time in all the episodes. I don't think that I have anything except to see if she has anything that she'd like to add. Oh, go ahead.
I just wanted to add to what you just said about the healing pains of karma, and just sort of to I know I've said this before. I think I've said it on this channel. I can't remember. But just about healing karma, because people always ask, how do I heal my karma? Our bodies do it.
Yes.
We don't have to make it happen. Our body heals just like it heals a cut, just like it heals things. It happens automatically. Our job is to keep it clean, which is running love energy, finding our joy, turning to the light, looking for joy in our life, bringing more joy in, experiencing joy. That's love energy. And the more love energy we can bring into us, the faster and easier, and it'll all clear. The karma just heals.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes. And so like, even while I've got this going on, I've got this pain going on. You may even notice I'm pretty stiff while I'm in this video. So I've got this pain going on that's from a thing that I have. But I didn't get all mired down. I make it a project not to get all mired down in the thing that I have that causes this, you know, of like, oh, like my life is going to be, and I try and realize that it's happening for some reason. And when it flares up and I get the pain, I try and just keep my head, you know, yeah, like I'm in pain. There's moments I'm just going, I'm in pain. But, and am I taking, you know, ibuprofen? Yes. But also I'm realizing that it might be something going on, something clearing, something to do with, I don't know, whatever, bigger purpose. And I get myself outside.
Yes.
Because for me, like this finding joy thing, like I have other joys in my life. I'm going to see my grandson tomorrow, and that's going to be joy. You know what I mean? But my quickest, most accessible way to raise my vibration is to go on the 2 nature paths that are by my house and or anywhere else, and just get into nature. And there's just this for me when I do that. So even though I could just be sleeping all day when it's like, you know what I mean? It hurts. I like get my boots on and and go out. Sorry. And inevitably while I'm out there, you know what? It lifts just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm forgetting about it or if it lessens.
Well, trees are full of love energy, and they
That's
help us
true.
heal in amazing ways.
So they may be sending me, healing energy while I'm out there and raising my vibration, maybe, clearing the cut of whatever it is, cleaning the cut of whatever it is that I'm trying to heal. But it works just a little bit even, or it's just taking my mind off it, maybe, like, who knows, But like that's what we're talking about, turning to the light and finding joy. Like it doesn't have to be the ultimate joy of my existence. Can't even think of what that
Skipping
was.
through the
Years ago,
daisies.
it would be a concert of a certain band. But anyway, what's that?
Skipping through the daisies,
Yeah,
singing.
like it doesn't, it's just a moment of feeling better, feeling of trying to reach for higher, to reach for light, a lighter moment in your life.
Exactly.
And that doesn't have to be nature for everybody, although there is healing stuff in nature. It can be other things. It's very individual.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to quickly ask her if she has anything else.
Yep.
And she's saying no.
Hey. All
I
right.
think that was enough. That was a lot.
Yes, it's the first time. That's why we seem a little bit surprised. It's because usually I have a million questions for Pele, but she just gave so much information in this message. Go ahead.
Yeah, and the other thing I wanted to talk about was that that whole here she called it a preview of our lives after the Great Awakening or after the Mass Awakening. On my other channel, Lady of the Forest 444, where I gave angel messages, I'm talking to my angels, not Pele, and they talked about it as the glimpse. You'll get a glimpse of your new reality.
Right, I remember that.
But this is the first time I've heard that this will only start happening once Pele has been conceived. So that's then, because we had asked, like, how would we know that she's conceived or not? How would we know that somebody's pregnant? Well, once these glimpses or previews start happening.
Once these previews begin, you will understand that I have been conceived. You will also understand that the Mass Awakening is now almost here. And then this is also in conjunction with, so this is also, no, not necessarily. Sorry, I'm thinking this through first.
Yep.
Last message, alien experience, the negative alien experience that's going to come, that's going to only last 1 or 2 months or something. It said a couple of months, and it's going to immediately precede the birth of Pele, right? That's what it said.
Well, they were tied together in that they both required the same amount. Was that one?
No,
They both
no.
required the same amount? No, okay.
No, there was the birth of
Pele. No, that was the positive. That was the light being experiences. It was that amount of love energy.
Yeah, exactly. So here was what it's the really nutshell of what it said in the last one was that this negative alien experience was going to happen, and it was going to cause so much fear that it was happening to heal a bunch of people's fear karma, alien karma, all kinds of karma, like whatever, to heal their karma, because we got into that definition again. Because when you do heal karma, more light rushes into your body and your vibration raises, right? So, or that's my definition, as your vibration raises. But anyway, you're carrying more light. And it said that, so that was going to happen to raise a bunch of people enough to bring us over into the Mass Awakening, because a certain level of light on Earth is needed for us to go into the Mass Awakening. Yeah. We also know that Pele's birth is going to trigger the Mass Awakening. So just putting this all together, there's going to be the couple of months of this, watch EH3 for real, and near the end especially, of this scary alien experience that's only going to last a couple of months. And then that is going to immediately trigger the birth of Pele, which is going to like sorry, I'm using trigger too many times, but lead to the birth of, be followed by the birth of Pele, which is going to bring in that bridge to the light. That's
Yeah.
CFB9 and EH1 because I'm summarizing an hour-long video. So, okay, hang on. So she is going to be conceived. Now, where was the part about being conceived? So once this previews begin, you will understand that I have been conceived. So I'm just working the alien experience into there because, you know, once somebody's been conceived, like I don't think that it's going to change that it's approximately 9 months. You know, she's not going to all of a sudden be the first 28-month gestation.
I hope not. I don't want to be turning into elephants here.
Right. So like we know that there's a 9-month window once she's been conceived. Anyway, I just see this unfolding and like it's so funny that now I didn't even believe in negative alien experiences, and then EH2 happened and because of everything that's going to happen after the negative experience, suddenly I was talking to Tracy, to my friend about this too, and you, suddenly I'm sitting here rooting for the negative alien. Right.
Well, and I want to just say too that this is going to be similar to what happened that, you know, threw the world into chaos in 2020, where some people will be in terror and fear, unbelievable, but other people will be untouched by it.
Like I wasn't, and yeah.
It's not like the entire world is going to be thrown into fear. It's going to tap into certain people, and those people will be thrown into fear, and then the majority in the middle again kind of thing will not be experiencing it the same way, because none of us will experience this exactly the same way.
Yes.
But I do think like that previous experience in 2020, that some people will be really in deep fear and others will be unfazed.
Yes, because some people asked in the comments on EH2, like, do we need to prepare for this? Like, is the whole, you know, the whole getting canned food and storing water, and I'm not making fun of it. I don't know much about it because it's not in my nature to do that. So like, but you know, prepping, you know, like for disaster or whatever, and having all that kind of thing. The people were asking, like, do we need to do that? And there are some other videos and channels and things like that that do say yes. And I think that's also something to follow guidance on.
Exactly.
Because even just as far as other world, you know, I've been around for a long time, and there have been other things that we've been warned might lead to apocalyptic world events, and that people sort of stored up the canned food and the water and the, you know, whatever, all that kind of stuff. And it's never been in my nature to do that. So following my guidance is that it'll be fine. I'll be fine. Whatever will, you know what I mean? That I don't have to do that, but you follow your guidance.
Exactly. Yep.
About how to prepare for it. And then, you know, the object during it is, I guess, we talked a few times about, actually, we talked about that you can have a fear experience that's up here and a fear experience that's down here. And actually, remember, Pele gave us a reading just for Cindy and I later that said that even just these videos and people watching these videos and absorbing this information from her I don't know if she said will or can, decrease the fear level. Remember she said that after we recorded the last video? Decrease the fear level. She said an octave, and Cindy and I didn't know why she said an octave, and I get it now. Because we've been doing this, when my daughter was taking vocal lessons, like I'm not a musician, so don't make fun of me for what I'm about to say, but when she was being a vocalist, they do that. I think that's what the octave is. That's what she was trying to say. When you and I were going like this, she's saying, yeah, like a whole jump down from us doing these videos and talking with you guys in the comments, and, you know, just everybody absorbing all of this information from her can bring down the fear experience, even for those for whom it is a karma healing fear experience.
Yes.
So remember that the idea is to be pointing towards the light all the time, to be knowing the reason she's telling us, returning to it. The reason that she is telling us that this is going to happen is so that we can know that it's going to end, and that we can get through, like I said in the last one, like, sure, might I have some moments of fear? Like, probably yes. But there's going to be an underlying you know, understanding for me that I've been doing this spirituality thing for a long time, an underlying understanding for me that there is light in this. What we have to keep doing is just returning to that understanding.
Yeah.
And we will lower the effect of it because we have to get through it, because it's going to prompt the mass awakening, the birth of Pele and the mass awakening. And so somewhere in there, we'll also hear that she's been conceived.
Yeah.
I know. Anyway. Well, thank you so much for joining us, everyone. What an interesting discussion, and I'm sure interesting discussion will ensue in the comments, because thank you for all your comments and discussion and answering each other in the comments. And
Yes.
I'm just loving watching all that stuff. Cindy and I are having such a blast doing these and bringing these messages to you, and really happy to see that you're enjoying them too.
Yes.
So we will see you in the next episode, and hope you have a great day.
Yes. I look forward to these
I know.
meetings as well and doing this. Yes. So thank you for listening and have a great day.